Let's talk about stuck poop. Yeah, I said it. We're going there today because stuck poop is real and it's just not talked about enough. If you've ever sat there bloated, uncomfortable, and whispering to the bathroom gods for something to happen, welcome to the real human experience that no one wants to talk about. And if your constipation showed up after COVID or with long COVID, that's not a coincidence. It's more common than most people realize. I'm not talking about the occasional off day. I'm talking about days of bloating and discomfort, tight jeans, brain fog, and that sinking feeling that nothing is moving no matter what you do. For me, constipation wasn't new. It was something I dealt with for years, long before long COVID was a thing. I was already familiar with the frustration of being stuck. And the only time I ever felt truly clear was when I did a prep for kidney stone surgery. They gave me the full clean out. And the next day I remembered thinking, wow, this is what my body is supposed to feel like. Light, clear, unburdened. It was a glimpse of what a properly working body could feel like. And I never forgot it. I wanted that feeling every single day without the medical intervention. Hi, everybody. I'm Carrie Bailey, your no BS, soul-aligned functional nutritionist, here to help you stop guessing, start healing, and feel like you again, without the fluff, fears, or fads. In today's video, I'm breaking down the real reason why your poop might be stuck, especially if you're dealing with long COVID, and what actually works to get things flowing again. Before you grab fiber, grab a glass of water. Constipation starts way before food. Most people are dehydrated. Most people are chronically dehydrated. Not just thirsty, but at the cellular level. This is a little bit like I've talked about in previous videos where it's like, yeah, you can put a nutrient in your bloodstream, but is it getting in the cell? That's what I think about for hydration. It has to be able to get in the cell. You can be drinking 6 or 8 glasses of water a day, but if it's not getting in the cell, then you're gonna be chronically dehydrated. And if your colon is dry, nothing's sliding out. Now the way to remedy this, first thing in the morning, 2 big glasses of lemon water. When I say 2 big glasses, I mean at least 16 ounces. When I talk about lemon, I'm not talking about those little plastic lemons with the little top and you squeeze from the produce section, or a glass of lemon juice concentrate. I mean fresh lemon, something that you're gonna find in the produce section. Now this can be lime, it doesn't have to be lemon. You wanna do this first thing in the morning before you do anything else. Your liver has been working all night trying to clean things out. And so this hydration is an opportunity to get the hydration not only to your digestive tract and to your liver. And if you're lucky, it will trigger a bowel movement. And you want to do this fresh lemon water every single day. It's just one of those good habits that you want to put in. This habit is like a little internal spa for your gut. Celery juice isn't just a trend, it's your colon's best friend. Little rhyme there. 2 cups every morning on an empty stomach, nothing added. No lemon water, no ice, no nothing, just pure celery juice. Ideally, you want to juice it yourself. You don't want to get it at the grocery store because 1, it's either been sitting on the shelf too long, or 2, it's got citric acid or preservatives in it, or it's been pasteurized, and none of that is going to be as effective. You want those freshly juiced enzymes that you're going to get from celery juice. You're going to use a whole bunch of celery to make 1 cup of celery juice. Now, celery itself doesn't cut it either. You got to separate the celery from the fiber. That's where the magic is. Celery juice gets bile flowing, it thins out any kind of mucus, and it wakes up the sluggish gut. I've seen people who couldn't poop for days suddenly go regularly with this one shift. If you're eating rice cakes instead of papaya, you're doing it wrong. Dry, crunchy, carb-heavy foods first thing in the morning? No, thank you. I did that for years. I couldn't get off the cereal. It's so addictive. It's so easy. You just pour it out, pour in the milk, boom, done, right? But your colon wants hydration. It wants fiber and gentle sugars. Papaya, banana, mangoes. This is poop fuel. When I swapped out my cereal, or sometimes I'd have eggs, Man, my gut was finally like, thank you so much. Fruit is not the enemy, but constipation might be. We've been trained to fear fruit. Now, this hasn't always been the case. I remember about 12 years ago when I started this work, fruit was okay. Fruit was a good thing. But over time, it became, oh, it's too much sugar, not enough protein, blah, blah, blah. But fruit is the most hydrating, colon-friendly food on the planet. And when I dropped the fear and I leaned into fruit, everything changed. My body exhaled and my bowels were moving. Gluten, corn, and rice are constipation traps. These three are sneaky. Even if you're gluten-free, you tend to eat more corn and rice. If you look at every gluten-free product out there, there's almost none that don't have corn or rice. This is just the replacement. The problem is most corn is genetically modified and it doesn't just say corn. So you're reading the label and you might be some other word like maltodextrin, which could be corn-based, it could be wheat-based, and that's the problem is you don't know. Rice can just muck it up as well and back things up, especially if your gut is already inflamed. Corn is a little like edible cement, and rice definitely gums up the works. And gluten, for sure, that's feeding all the pathogens we're going to talk about in a few minutes. It leads to inflammation and mucus and really is one of the reasons for stuck poop. If you haven't pooped in 3 days, magnesium might be your new BFF. Most people are walking around magnesium depleted and don't even know it. Magnesium helps you relax your colon so that it can do its job. Magnesium glycinate, that's my go-to. It's gentle, it's calming, and it helps things move over time. Magnesium citrate, I've used that before many times, even with clients, especially when there's poop issues, and only if there's poop issues. The reason it works so well is because it is so irritating to the gut. So yeah, if you're super stuck, fine, but it's very harsh and abrasive. It's made with citric acid, so it can really irritate the gut lining, and you want to use it sparingly, just like break glass in case of emergency kind of stuff. Like you got a little kiddo who's sitting on the toilet, who's just crying and so uncomfortable. Yeah, use magnesium citrate, but don't use it on a regular basis. Your gut cannot function without B vitamins, period. You need B vitamins for motility, for the gut lining, for energy, mood, all of it. Especially if you've had long COVID stress, antibiotics, or mystery symptoms. A high quality B complex is foundational. Throw out your multivitamin. You don't need that. It's a little bit of a lot of a little bit of things. What you need is a really good B complex. Now, if you're super sensitive and you're reacting to the B complex, it doesn't mean you don't need it, but maybe that's not where you start. Maybe you need to just start with minerals. If you're super sensitive, put the minerals in first, and then later you can bring in one B vitamin at a time. That's only if you're like Cassie, super sensitive. B vitamins can really make a huge difference on how your body gets back into rhythm. Constipation isn't a fiber issue, it's a bacteria issue. Let's talk about the real problem, dysbiosis. Dysbiosis means too many unwanted bacteria and not enough beneficial bacteria. All those things that people talking about your microbiome, those are the beneficial bacteria. And you want to make sure there's a balance. You want more beneficial bacteria and less unwanted bacteria. Now, it's hard to completely get rid of all of them. That's just impossible. But you want to make sure the balance is right. Unwanted bacteria are things like Streptococcus, E. coli, H. pylori, Clostridia. These interfere with digestion and bile flow and motility, that's movement. And then they also create gas, mucus, and congest the gut. You can't fiber your way out of this, right? Fiber is, and let me set another misconception, fiber does not feed the good bacteria. They want fruits and vegetables. They want the fiber with the hydration, with the minerals, with the nutrients in it. That's how you feed good bacteria. You can't fiber your way out of this. You have to clean up the terrain. This is finally what made shifts for me and my clients. If your fiber powder isn't helping you poop, it might not be your colon. It might be the lie you've been sold. Psyllium, benefiber, inulin, they're everywhere. but most people feel more bloated, not better, when they're using them. These powders can bulk up in the gut. If your gut is dry or inflamed, they can just sit there. We need to hydrate, remove the bacteria, and nourish the gut lining. Then fiber is helpful. Afraid of potassium? That fear might be keeping you stuck. Potassium helps with muscle contractions, kind of like it's like magnesium buddy, including in the gut. No potassium equals no peristalsis. It's like trying to flush the toilet when there's no water in the tank. I've had clients who didn't respond to magnesium, and then we added potassium and boom, movement. It's underrated and so needed. Coffee enemas are not your friend. They are a stressor. I know it's trendy. I've tried it many times. I've worked with many clients who've tried it. Coffee enemas trigger adrenaline. They don't fix the root issue. They just force a result. Kind of similar to magnesium citrate. Yeah, you got to get the poop out, do it that way, but not on a recurring long-term basis. It's not a good idea. And when your liver is already working overtime, the last thing it needs is to be poked by caffeine down under, if you know what I mean. And I'm curious, have you tried coffee enemas or any other kind of enema to help your constipation? Let me know in the comments below. If you've ever left a colonic thinking, what was that? You're not alone. I've done a ton of colonics, honestly. And when you've constipated, right, you resort to measures like, how can I fix this? They were so uncomfortable. Do you remember that movie LA Story with Steve Martin and Sarah Jessica Parker? And she comes out and she's dancing around and she's talking about colonics. Yeah, it was a moment, but for real, like they're stressful on the gut and they don't create lasting results, right? Your body should be able to poop on its own. Like nobody should have to go in with a hose and inject you with water in your ass in order for you to poop, right? You should be able to poop on your own. But real talk, they're super stressful on the gut and they don't create lasting results. And they interrupt your natural rhythm. So support your body instead of forcing it. Pooping daily isn't a luxury. It's a sign your body is working. So if you're constipated, it's not your fault. You've been given the wrong tools of fiber, enemas, more water, less food. But stuck poop isn't about doing more. It's about doing what actually works. Hydrating, fruits, minerals, gut repair, cleaning out the crap, literally. You can feel clear, you can feel light, and you can poop like a normal human again. Also, you might just be full of shit, and that's okay. Let's get it moving. And if you're dealing with more than stuck poop, if your body feels like off after COVID, grab my long COVID recovery guide. It's packed with tools to help you get your energy, your digestion, and your life back. And you'll find a link down below in the description. Totally free and totally not full of crap. If this video helped unstick something for you, emotionally or otherwise, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you can see more of these videos that I produce every single week, and drop me a comment below. What's your favorite poop pun and what finally got you going again? Thanks for watching, and remember, you're not broken, you might just be a little bit full of shit. Bye for now.